this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. This is just a quick one. I know I keep saying that, but this time I mean it. Update on the car. Although they've given it back to me, they admit it's not fixed. Although it does start now far more often than not. And the guy said, I'll show you how to start it, and it worked. It sounds daft, and I did feel a bit of a dork, but basically there's a part of the car on the top of the engine where the ECU unit plugs into, and basically it needs to be warm, and that's all it is. So he said all you need to do to get it to start is get a hairdryer or something and just warm that bit up and it'll start. Well, today it didn't start, and I got the extension lead out, got my purple hairdryer, which is not mine, I borrowed it off my mum's because I don't have one. 20 seconds and it started first time. So I now know that even if I've got a problem starting it, I can get round the problem. So I'm happy to keep the car and not have that horrible courtesy car that they gave me. I just don't like that car. I like my car, and at least now I know that if it doesn't start I can still get it started, and it's a couple of minutes and it's up and running, so I'll live with that until they get the part they're waiting for. I've got my Orchid Society meeting tomorrow. I've got a little bit of watering to do. I'm not going to find anything new out here. It's just that time of year. Anything that's going on I already know about, and I've probably already shown you, so there aren't going to be any magic discoveries. Just more progress on what's there already, if you see what I mean. So I may not film at all tomorrow. I may film the plants at the Orchid Society, but I've got a lot to do at the Orchid Society this week. I organise the coach trips, and our coach trip is to the RHS show in London, beginning of April, and this is the last meeting to actually get the names and take the deposits, and well, hopefully some people can pay in full, because February hasn't got a meeting, it's got an orchid show instead. We don't have a meeting and a show in the same month, so that's a show. Now obviously I can still take names and collect money on the day, but it'd be much easier if they deal with that tomorrow night. And then in March, the meeting is at the end of the month. Well, I'll have had to have already booked the coach and everything by then, so tomorrow night is the last night to bully people into coughing up their flipping deposits and get the names on the list so that we can justify the cost of the coach, because it's got to at least break even or I don't feel right. I mean, I had a word with the committee about that if it ever happened, and they said, well, if we're a little bit short we don't mind subsidising the coach trip to a small extent to allow it to take place. So I'm sort of safe, but I need to get some names down, so that's tomorrow night. My daughter's down for the weekend, so there might be quite a long gap on the old filming front. And then I'll be back up and running Tuesday again. And by then, who knows, something interesting might have happened out here, apart from just more of the same. My new air cleaner unit has arrived and set up and working, and the first thing I noticed when I turned it on, it's silent. This time it really is, because the last one said quiet running. This one makes virtually no noise at all, and obviously it's going to be a lot more efficient. It's a newer unit. I mean, it's virtually identical. Certainly the plates inside that you lift out to clean and the filter, everything looks identical. The only difference really is that the old one used to run off a 12-volt adapter, whereas this one plugs straight into the mains. The chances are it still gets taken down to 12 volts, but the adapter function is on the inside of the unit rather than on the plug. But yeah, much quieter unit, and obviously it will be more efficient because all 4 of those little wires will be working now. And in addition to that, the UV light that's on the inside is brand new. They do wear out and become less functional as time goes on, and I don't think I could get a replacement. So yeah, so that's up and running, doing its job silently, which is nice. It didn't really make a lot of difference because it's out here. you know, and I mean, when I'm sort of sitting down quiet in the evenings and things, the door's pulled across. So it's not like I could hear it in the house, but I was always aware of the fact that it was on, whereas now I've got to put my ear right up close to it to hear it. It's very, very quiet, this one. So that's, at the moment, I only have plans to run this one. I don't see any point in running two, and I'll keep the other one as a spare, you know, so that if ever this breaks down or explodes or burns out or anything odd happens, I've at least got another one to take its place, albeit an older one, but it still works. So that's that, and yeah, as I say, there's not going to be much going on the filming front for a few days now, and I may pop the odd little bit up, I don't know, but in my mind I don't think I'm probably going to be filming much, if anything, until into next week. We'll see how it goes, and if not, I will see you then. Thanks for dropping by, happy growing and all that stuff. See you next time. We have actually got a bit of sunshine today. Doesn't it make you feel better when the sun comes out? It does with me anyway. See you next time.